So here's how I made this beat. I started out with the Korg M1. I wanted to make something just a little different sounding. Preset's called grand piano. This is my melody and chords. I'm just in C minor, and my chords go 1, 7, and then 6, and then back to 7. So with the progressions, I've had a couple of comments, like people saying like, oh wow, you use the same progressions a lot. I'm surprised how many beats that you can make out of them. Generally, like the chord progressions are kind of like the formula to that. Like I'm pretty sure there's like some like famous videos out there on like how many songs in pop music use the same chords. Chords are kind of like the foundation to your song, and if you have the foundation right, like you're going to get that result. It's going to sound the way that you want it to. So I don't really switch up my chord progressions. I have a few that I go between, but I'm just recycling that really. Once you know like 4 or 5 that achieve the sound that you want, then you can just kind of like go between them. I find that that's like enough for me. Keep myself entertained, because like using the same chord progression over and over again is kind of like a little bit dull and boring, because you're getting the exact same results all the time. If I have a few that I can just flick between, then I'll get like different sounds out of them. And yeah, it's pretty fun like that. But yeah, I'm not straying too far outside of the progressions that I know just because I want to achieve this specific sound. So yeah, this one is layered with the 7th. You'll notice that I layer it with the 7th a lot if you're trying to achieve this kind of sound. Generally, I find like these notes here, so like 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7 are a really good place to start to build like the foundation of your melody around. Then you can add in like other notes, but for me, that's where I'm starting every time, and I feel like I never run out of ideas. Occasionally I'll like throw in some other notes just because it sounds good. Same note up here, but it's just, I've just changed the octave. So yeah, I just start by doing that. But yeah, so this is the melody. I've also got, so I've got the M1 grand piano, and then I've got this low tone flutter, and I've got that dialed into like 46%. Next thing that I did, I just stole that MIDI and then replaced the preset with a pad. Same chord progression. Got the 7th layered on top, 5th, and then this is the 4th, but it's just like, just kind of chucked in a random note there because it sounded good. Then I've just layered that with a sine wave, put like a pretty heavy amount of tube distortion on it. We've just got this eternity delay. It's just like a single delay mode. It's a preset that I designed. A really simple melody, but super effective. For this B section, I just grabbed like a atmospheric vocal, chuck some processing on it. We've got a bit of reverb, then erosion, which is kind of like this like digital distortion in Ableton, and then I'm running it through this just trance gate. So it's just literally a volume automation, but it gives it this sound. This is how the vocals sounded before. And when you're sampling stuff like this, a little goes a long way. I feel it's super effective for me to just play back my melody, like my loop. And then I'm just like playing around with my like MIDI keyboard or just like my laptop keyboard. Just find notes that I like, and I keep it really simple, and it's really, really effective. There's that trance gate that you can hear. And then I just made like a 3rd section. If you've watched my videos before, this is a process that I do a lot. So basically I just like record back my audio, like the melody in the audio, and then I just go to like a new MIDI track and I chuck it into the Ableton simpler, and you hit slice down here, pitch it up 12 semitones, and then once again I'm just playing around just with some simple like rhythm, and I just like go with whatever chops just sound good. Once again, really effective. I threw just like a phaser on it, and then we've just got a ping pong delay. I've got this like panning automation. It's kind of like an LFO, so it's like it sounds like it's getting further away and then coming back. Like it's another plugin that I use a lot. It's really cool for sound design. So yeah, there's a lot of energy with that one. And you can hear the panning like really helps doing that. So that's everything for the melody. We're onto the drums now. A lot of people have been asking about how I do like my percussive elements. I'm going to create like a MIDI pack with just like drum MIDI. If you're a Patreon member, you can get that for free. I'm going to upload it, so at the time that you're watching this video, you'll be able to grab that if you want. You can just drag that into your sets. MIDI is universal, so I think you can use it on FL Studio as well, or Logic, or Ableton if you're using Ableton, obviously. Then you can just like drag that into your sets and get an idea of the drum patterns that I use. I've tried so many times to explain it, but I just don't know how. I just kind of ever explain how I learned to do it, and I think it's just from creating multiple different kind of like genres of rap beats and then just learning like these little kind of accent snare patterns and stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be up on my Patreon, free for all my members. If you're not a member, it's only $7 USD a month and you can cancel at any time. I also upload all of my Ableton project files, so you have unlimited access to all of them, access to my stash kit as well, and it's a really great way to support the channel. So yeah, anyway, back to the video. Generally, when I'm making my drums, I start off small. So like I'll probably start off with a section this big, and then I'll start just like writing out a pattern, and then I'll just like double it and expand, and then like generally I duplicate what I've just made, and then I'll just like on the second section I'll just like alter it a little bit so it's got a little bit of variation. I find like producing is a bit of a mental game, so I feel like small steps like that can really help, and it doesn't make things like overwhelming. So this is my hi-hat pattern with my clap. So then I have these percussive snares. I also have this like little snare roll towards the end. Then we just got the 808 that follows the root note. That's another really good example of how I start off small and then duplicate and just alter. I would have started out with this small pattern here. It's only 4 bars. And then I just duplicated it. For instance, this note over here, I've pitched it up an octave. I think I added an extra note there. Just some small subtle changes that make a big difference to the listener's ear. Then I've just layered that with the kick. Pretty much lands on every 808 note. I've taken sort of some of the end notes out just to create a little bit of a bounce. And then amongst all that, these yellow notes are my open hat that I just did to create kind of like a little B section for the drums. So the arrangement is kind of like, once again, I don't really understand how I do it, but on Ableton, if you just like highlight a section, you can hit 0 on your number pad and it will just like deactivate that clip. Generally, I'll just like listen back to the whole beat that I've made, and then I'll just like duplicate sections or take away parts of sections, just depending on how long I can listen to it before it gets like kind of boring or something. So then I'll maybe think like, oh, I need to bring in a new element, or I need to get rid of that element for now. A good go-to is like finding sections with your kick and your 808. You can just like mute them. That always for me proves to be like really effective towards kind of like the ends of like sections. That's generally where I'll like mute stuff and take stuff out, but it's just something you have to do like while you're playing it back, and then you just have to make the decision like, I'm gonna mute this and see how it sounds. But yeah, arrangement is something you have to do like while you're playing it back.